The desire to connect with those who have passed is perhaps one of humanity's oldest and most profound longings. It whispers to us in the quiet moments, a persistent echo of what we've lost and a yearning for reassurance that death is not the end, but rather a transition to another form of existence. Could it be that those we have loved and lost are not truly gone, but simply residing on a different plane of existence, one that we can, with the right tools and understanding, reach and communicate with? Throughout history, cultures across the globe have grappled with this question, developing rituals, beliefs and practices aimed at bridging the divide between the living and the dead. These practices have evolved, yet the core desire remains unchanged. From ancient seances to modern-day paranormal investigations, the quest to communicate with the afterlife continues to captivate and intrigue us. The methods may have changed, but the quest remains as compelling as ever. It speaks to a fundamental human need for connection, for closure, and for the hope that our loved ones are not lost to us forever. This hope drives us to seek answers in the unknown. But is this desire for contact merely wishful thinking, a desperate attempt to cling to what is gone? Or is there a deeper truth waiting to be uncovered? Or is there something more? Some tangible evidence that suggests the veil separating our world from the next is thinner than we think? Could there be scientific explanations for these phenomena? Join me as we journey into the heart of this enduring mystery, exploring the history, the science, and the personal stories that surround the tantalizing possibility of communicating with the afterlife. Together, we will delve into the unknown. The truth, as we know, is often stranger than fiction, and the stories we uncover may challenge our understanding of reality. And in the realm of the paranormal, where the impossible often seems possible, the line between this world and the next can become blurred. The boundaries of our reality may not be as solid as we think. Let's begin by venturing back in time to explore the earliest attempts to pierce the veil and make contact with those who have crossed over. These early efforts laid the groundwork for our modern understanding of the afterlife. The impulse to communicate with the dead is woven into the fabric of many ancient cultures, reflecting a universal human desire to understand and connect with the afterlife. In ancient Egypt, elaborate burial rituals and the belief in the Ka, or life force, reflected a deep-seated belief in an afterlife and a desire to maintain contact with those who had journeyed there. These practices were not just about honoring the dead, but also about ensuring their safe passage and continued existence in the afterlife. The practice of necromancy, or divination through communication with the dead, can be traced back to ancient Greece, where oracles and seers acted as intermediaries between the living and the spirit realm. These rituals were often performed in sacred spaces, believed to be closer to the underworld, enhancing their mystical significance. Fast forward to the 19th century, and the rise of spiritualism brought with it a renewed fascination with contacting the dead. This period saw a surge in public interest and participation in seances and other spiritualist activities. Fueled by the devastation of the Civil War and a longing for connection with lost loved ones, seances became increasingly popular. The widespread grief and loss created a fertile ground for the growth of spiritualism as people sought comfort and closure. Mediums, claiming to possess the ability to channel messages from the spirit world, emerged as central figures in this movement. They were often seen as the bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds, offering hope and solace to the bereaved. They held seances in dimly lit parlors, using tools like Ouija boards and automatic writing to purportedly establish contact with the other side. These tools became iconic symbols of the spiritualist movement, representing the mysterious and the unknown. While skeptics dismissed these practices as trickery and superstition, many found solace and comfort in the messages they received. The emotional impact of these experiences often outweighed the skepticism, leading to a lasting legacy of spiritualism. Whether genuine connections to the afterlife or elaborate hoaxes, these early attempts to bridge the gap between the living and the dead laid the groundwork for the modern methods of afterlife communication we'll explore next. The evolution of these practices continues to shape our understanding of life, death, and what lies beyond. Today, The quest to communicate with the afterlife has embraced technology, blending age-old curiosity with modern innovation. Paranormal investigators and enthusiasts alike employ a variety of methods, hoping to capture evidence of spirit communication, bridging the gap between the living and the dead. One such method is electronic voice phenomena, or EVP, a technique that has fascinated researchers for decades. EVP involves using recording devices to capture sounds and voices not audible to the naked ear, often in environments believed to be haunted. Investigators believe these faint whispers and disembodied voices, often captured in the static or white noise of recordings, could be spirits attempting to communicate, offering glimpses into another realm. The use of specialized audio equipment and software allows for the analysis and enhancement of these recordings, potentially revealing hidden messages from beyond, messages that might otherwise go unnoticed. Another tool in the modern ghost hunter's arsenal is the Spirit Box, a device that rapidly scans radio frequencies, creating a constant stream of white noise. The theory is that spirits can manipulate these frequencies to form words and phrases, delivering messages through the jumbled stream of radio static, a method that has both intrigued and baffled many. While skeptics argue that these voices are simply random sounds misinterpreted by eager listeners, believers point to instances where clear and seemingly intelligent responses have been captured, suggesting a deeper connection. These modern methods, while often met with skepticism, highlight the evolving ways in which we attempt to reach out to the afterlife, blending tradition with technology. The use of technology adds a layer of objectivity to investigations, allowing for the documentation and analysis of potential evidence, making the quest for contact more systematic. But as we delve deeper into the realm of the paranormal, it's essential to consider the perspectives of both believers and skeptics, fostering a balanced approach to understanding the unknown. Section 4. Science and the Supernatural. A contested landscape. The question of whether or not we can communicate with the afterlife is one that has long divided the scientific community. Mainstream science, grounded in empirical evidence and the laws of physics, often struggles to reconcile the existence of ghosts and spirits with its current understanding of the universe. Skeptics argue that paranormal experiences can be explained by psychological phenomena, sensory illusions, or even hoaxes. However, there is a growing field of parapsychology that seeks to study paranormal phenomena, including afterlife communication, using scientific methodologies. Researchers in this field conduct experiments and gather data on phenomena like telepathy, clairvoyance, and near-death experiences, hoping to shed light on the mysteries of consciousness and the possibility of life after death. While parapsychology faces its share of criticism and skepticism, its proponents argue that the study of the paranormal should not be dismissed outright. They believe that with rigorous research and an open mind, we may one day unlock the secrets of consciousness and the true nature of reality. The debate between science and the supernatural is likely to continue, but it's this very tension that fuels our fascination with the unknown and drives us to seek answers to life's biggest mysteries. Section 5. Whispers from the Shadows. Personal encounters and the power of belief. Beyond the realm of scientific inquiry lies a vast landscape of personal experiences that defy easy explanation. Countless individuals report encounters with the unexplained. Unexplained noises, objects moving on their own, and even apparitions of loved ones who have passed. These experiences, deeply personal and often profound, can be difficult to dismiss. I've had my own share of unsettling encounters during my investigations. The feeling of being watched in an empty room, the sudden drop in temperature, the disembodied whispers that send chills down your spine, these are not easily forgotten. While some may attribute these experiences to overactive imaginations or tricks of the mind, I've come to believe that there are forces at play that we are only beginning to understand. The power of belief plays a significant role in how we perceive and interpret these experiences. For those who are open to the possibility of the paranormal, these encounters can be validating, even comforting. They provide a sense of connection to loved ones who have passed and reinforce the belief that death is not the end. However, it's essential to approach these experiences with a healthy dose of skepticism. Critical thinking and careful observation are crucial when navigating the often blurry lines between the real and the imagined.